The fact that you clicked on this video is actually a good sign. It means you're self-aware, which obviously makes up for everything else. These are 5 toxic things that you might unintentionally be doing that are actually ruining your friendships or your relationship. Pause the video right now, see if you can guess what they are. You didn't pause the video, I know. So let's jump into sign number 1, resisting their growth. Do you catch yourself not liking when your friends go out of character? You know, maybe you've made jokes like, oh, you started going to the gym, wow, someone's a little shallow. Or maybe even more subtle comments like, damn, I miss the old you, what's happened to us? Psychologist Marissa Franco talks about why this is pretty sus, okay? So if we hate on positive changes in our friends, or even worse, undermine their progress, that means that they're outgrowing our friendship. It means we feel insecure about how little we're growing, and so we put them down instead of celebrating the change. And get this, the opposite side of the spectrum isn't any better. Instead of resisting their growth, sign number 2 is demanding it. Are you someone who tries to fix your friends? You know, you keep pushing them to improve themselves so they can finally be perfect. You know, Bob the Builder, can you fix it? Bob the Builder. No! You can't. That was a little dramatic, sorry. But this fixer mentality comes from an internal lack, right? We don't feel any control over our own life, so we grasp at whatever control we can exert over the people around us. And psychotherapist Tina Tessina, great name, she summarizes this perfectly. She says, we cannot and should not be our friend's parent. In a friendship, we are supposed to be equals, and we might think that our fixing is helping them, but it's not. It's just really toxic. Sign number 3 is one we often ignore: jealousy. We all know it's bad to be jealous of our friends' successes, right? Their promotion, their new relationship, their extremely consistent Wordle skills. Like, how? How? But there's other toxic kinds of jealousy too, okay? Like what psychologists call friendship jealousy. That's when we're jealous of our friends' friends and how close they are to each other. And here's the crazy update. A study from just a few months ago, January 2024, looked at friendship jealousy on social media. This is when we stalk our friends to see who they're following or what they're commenting on other people's posts. I know you do it. Researchers found that social media makes this form of friendship jealousy so much worse. It ruins not only our own mental health, but also the quality of the friendship. So whether it's jealousy of our friends' successes or our friends' friends, we gotta keep that out. Otherwise, we're gonna act in pretty toxic ways. Sign number 4, unspoken expectations. This is a dicey one, okay? It's hot. I'm drinking hot water. What is going on? Okay, let me explain. Have you had times where you felt like your friend should just know what you need without you having to ask? You know, maybe you've lashed out with, oh, how can you not know what I need right now? How can you not know how that would make me feel? You should already know why I'm mad. Therapist Grace Choi explains this best, okay? She says that these are unspoken expectations, right? And it leaves our friends feeling like they're walking through a minefield every time they talk to us because, oh, one wrong step and this person could just blow up any second. That's a horrible way to make our friends feel, right? And the core assumption is unfair. I was a professional magician for many years, and I'll be the first to tell you, we cannot read minds. So when we assume our friend is gonna read our mind, we're just hurting them and disappointing ourselves. Finally, sign number 5, being the group's roaster. We've talked about this so much on this channel, right? In some settings, roasting can bring people closer, yay. In other settings, it's bad, aggressive humor, low self-esteem, makes people hate you. But there's a 2004 study I just found, a 2004 study, I'm talking about it like it's a vintage wine. This is a really nerdy channel. Okay, let's do this. Sociologist Dr. Thomas Ford and his team were researching disparagement humor. It's like roasting when you're belittling someone, same thing as aggressive humor. And they found a surprising consequence, okay? They found that disparagement humor increases the tolerance of discrimination towards the target. Okay, what does that mean? If I keep roasting you in a group setting, I am making the whole group more and more okay with you being mistreated, with discrimination against you. That's horrible. Right? That's a nuts consequence. It's just another reason why being the group's roaster is so toxic, and all these reasons way outweigh however funny that roast could have been. And look, maybe you're listening to all this like, that's not really me, but I know someone who should really watch this video. Well, that person could be a toxic friend. There's 5 types, and we need to deal with each type in a different way. I've broken all that down in this video so that we can rebuild our relationships and make sure that it's with the right people. We'll talk soon.